Welcome to Shaf Man TV. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to look at, will Chelsea win the Premier League this season? So it's an interesting question. Chelsea, the current reigning European champions. They've, in the past 18 months, spent anywhere up to £400 million on their squad. Net spend is a bit lower because they've been very clever in selling fringe players and selling on youth players, but they've spent an awful lot of money since their transfer embargo. Frank Lampard laid the foundations of the team. He brought through the highly impressive Mason Mount. He brought James through, the right back. That's looks like a really good young player, and they've sold on a few of the players he brought through, but added to that, they've bought some fantastic players, namely Havertz, and obviously this summer they've purchased Lukaku. So, can they win the league? Yes, they can win the league. Do I think they will win the Premier League? No, I don't actually. I think that City are stronger, and I think they have a pretty large weakness, and that's in defence. You've got Thiago Silva that's aging. You've got Rudiger in there. Azpilicueta's pretty old. Still a good player though. And I'm not too sure whether they're defensively strong enough. Midfield, arguably, it's one of the best midfields in Europe. And in the attacking areas, some fantastic players. Pulisic, Lukaku, obviously Mason Mount. I really think that Mason Mount is probably one of their best players. I saw him when he was at Derby, and I thought, wow, what a player, and he's an unbelievable player, actually. The purchase of Lukaku will make a big difference. Havertz, Werner struggled last season to put the ball in the net, and you think that with Lukaku up there's big physical presence, number 9, great goal-scoring record, that Chelsea have a chance to win an awful lot of matches. I just think they will fall short. But you can't write them off. I feel like they should have bought a central defender. If you believe what the newspapers said, they tried to buy Jules Koundé from Sevilla, very talented young French central defender. I'm not too sure why the deal didn't go through. I'm not too sure why an English team hasn't bought Koundé. I think he's a central defender, and I think he's 5'9", or 5'10". He's really quite short for a central defender, and there may be some. I think Sevilla want huge money for him, like 60, 70 million euros, and I think that maybe some of the English clubs have thought, can someone at 5'9", 5'10" play in central defence in England if you're having to deal with like a lot of high balls? So maybe that's their weakness. I think Lukaku adds a lot to them. Obviously, I've seen Lukaku playing for United a lot, and towards the end of his time, he was about 25 kilos overweight, and if you believe the rumours, he actually effectively went on strike and forced his way out of Old Trafford. I think his behaviour was a disgrace at the end, but you can't write off his goal record. Everton, West Brom, even United, Inter Milan, and obviously at international level his goal record's unbelievable. So he's going to score a lot of goals, and the question is, can they keep clean sheets? Can they win? Probably need about 90 points. I'm not sure they can. The other big thing they have is, I think Tuchel's like a very good manager. He seems to understand how to win individual matches. He seems to understand how to get the best out of his players. You've seen an uptick from Mount, and obviously they're the current European Cup holders, so he's obviously doing something right. I feel like overall Chelsea are actually quite a well-run club. Obviously they spend a lot of money, but they seem to generate quite a bit of transfer money from selling players. They sold the young defender to AC Milan. They've sold quite a lot of fringe players and seem to generate some money. And I actually think in terms of their transfer spending, I think Havertz is potentially a world-class player, brilliant player. I think if he stays fit and he adapts more to the English game, he could be a real star. I'm not sure Pulisic is really, he's been injured quite a bit, so you can't really judge him. And I think Ziyech looks like he might be a bit lightweight for the Premiership. Maybe he just needs another season. But that midfield of theirs didn't really need Sol to be added to it. Obviously, Kante is getting on and has been a bit injured, but he's probably on his day fully fit, the best midfielder in the Premier League by far. Actually, unbelievable player. And obviously, you've got Jorginho in there, which another unbelievable player. So they've got amazing strength and depth in that midfield and in those forward areas. And they'll be close. They'll be close. People are tipping them as favourites, but I just can't see past City. I think City have got the best squad, and they've obviously got a manager that's done it. But I wouldn't write Chelsea off. They can win the league. They could even retain the European Cup. It'll be difficult to go to Stamford Bridge. So in the past 18 months, they've really become like an excellent team. So yes, they can win the league. Will they win the league? I don't think so, but they will be up there or thereabouts. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Please comment below. I appreciate it. Thank you.